All right. So I'm looking at this thing, right? Because I'm wearing my Baron Someday hat. I'm looking at this shit on cable, and I mean not cable, YouTube or whatever, and they talking about uh black people, and they asked Chat GTP and the fake ass demon ass AI, what race would he come back as? And the demon gonna tell the truth, but then it's gonna a demons tell the truth and then mock you at the same time. So this motherfucker said, yeah, I'll come back as black because black people hold the first genetic memory of the earth and the rhythms of the earth. They were here when the earth was in its original rhythm, and now it's thrown off rhythm. So that could explain why black people are thrown off rhythm, because the earth has been thrown off rhythm. But at the same time, who's responsible for that? Somebody that's of black descent, because we the only ones that would have knew how to do that. But anyway, I'm just trying to say this. What do it matter if they say, yeah, black people, I want to come back as them because they're the original. When black people ain't living nowhere near, they ain't nowhere near knowledgeable. They nowhere near trying to increase their knowledge. They nowhere near trying to get back to any type of tuning in to their melanin so that they can do it. And sometimes it takes you to have knowledge to tune into it. But if you ain't got none of that, you can just read all day long and say we was here first, and ain't nothing happening. It's just an ego trip. It's no different than when a Christian says Jesus, he got me, and all of this stuff, and they so confident, and then all this. It's no different than having a religion. When you keep hearing about yourself, how black people used to be, and then you just running around boasting on the ego trip, that's no different than a Christian on the ego trip about Jesus. It's the same thing, because ain't nobody trying to live the right way to be what they used to be. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to be what you used to be, motherfucker, you got to shed everything that you say the white man is about. You say most black people, oh, the white man is this and all that, but why you on their social media? You on their YouTube, you on their Facebook, you on their Instagram. That's their shit. It's not yours. So if you want to be anything to what you used to be, you got to shed a lot of materialistic shit. You're not supposed to be running around here talking about material, because like Bobby Hemming said, and I ain't saying I'm not racist. I'm just telling you, this is what is real. It's reality. It's not being no racist. It's different species called human race, and they not racist. They're different species of human, just like it's different species of cat, different species of dog. It's different species within the same group. It is not called race. It's called species, because you better get to understand that a species will do something different from another species. But let alone, that don't mean that they not human. Just like a cat species. Cats, like a leopard, like a fucking tiger, like a lion, they're all different cats, but they the same thing. They all different species, but they all cats. So we can have a black person, a white person, Hispanic, a Polish person. They're all different colors, but they still the human species. Nature is doing the same thing to everything. Fish, they all different type of fish, but they the same in the fish family. So it's the same thing. It's the different variations of the same motherfucking looking shit down here. That's all it is. It's called species, not race. Okay? But different species of human do different things. So when you don't understand what the natural species of that human is, and if they don't understand their natural species because they've been played out, then they'll just keep on acting out something that ain't them. And for instance, black people, they do this a lot. They go, oh, we the originals of this and this, but you're living just like the person that you say is the devil. You living just like them. You eating just like they eat. You on their platforms. You materialistic as fuck like them. Just because you saw the Egyptians wearing gold, that don't mean they was using gold and rubies to show off. They was probably using it to harness some of that power in their fucking chakras. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't even on that. So how can you we used to do this, but you're not even tuning in to no knowledge. So you gotta have knowledge before you can tune in to something to get your kundalini to act right. You ain't even got none of that. So what sitting up there saying, we use the original and the Chat GTP say this? What difference do it make when people just gonna run around here and ego trip on it? They're not finna go fucking do nothing to learn, nothing to read, nothing to learn. So it don't matter. It's just fucking talk. So what I'm saying is, the motherfuckers need to just do instead of talking. And if you're gonna do don't necessarily mean pick up something and do something. It means spit some knowledge to people that don't know shit, whether they fucking want to hear it or not. People talk about bullshit all the time, and I don't want to hear that shit. And I hear it, So I'm gonna just talk about what I talk about. When people talk bullshit all the time and it's all over the place, and I gotta fucking hear it. Don't I gotta hear that shit? Be like, damn, they talking about this? God damn. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is this, and that's on the Baron. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to be what you say you was, black people, you have to be unlike how you are now. Because those entities and black folks that was then, they're nothing like you are now. They were nothing like you are now. So to go and say, well, we gotta be, we did this, yeah. People that look like you did that, but you didn't do shit, and you're not gonna do shit because you gotta shed the very thing you love, and that's acting like a race that you're not. I mean, a species that you're not. You're acting like them. You indulge in everything about them, but you hate them. I don't hate them because I understand all of this stuff about race is a game. It's just a game. And it's about species, and different species have you get a better understanding of that it's different species within a species. And that's happening all over the world with everything. Animals, plants, flowers, people, everything. They're different variations of the same thing all over. So it's not going to stop with black folks. It ain't going to stop with black folks. Oh, we black, we the original, so we should just be only us. It's not going to do that. You believe in the creator, right? You ain't shit. The creator is supposed to be the shit, right? So how is it you going to say, well, it's supposed to not be no other race on the planet? It is. Because there's many other different races, species of every other thing on the planet. So what makes you different? Nothing. Nothing except for you, the knowledge of yourself and what's going on. And you say, fuck that. I want to have all this materialistic shit. Look at my car. Look at me. I'm talking about relationship shit all the time. Oh, I wonder if he checking me out. Is he choosing me and all this? When if you go into yourself and start looking for knowledge, the person that you're looking for or whatever just going to pop up. They're just going to pop up because you're knowledge, making money, health. Knowledge, making money, my health. And ain't paying nothing else no fucking attention. And then stay a little bit less out of the materialistic realm. And then you'll get sent something. Somebody just come to you through the universe because that's how it works. It's not going to work when you out here looking and doing all these videos about relationships and your husband and all this crazy shit. When that, it's all it is what it should be. So you got a husband, great. You got a wife, good. Okay, what else? Now what? You know it ain't nothing else. So you got to dwell on that shit over and over again. So my whole thing is, it's more to this place that we live in, that we fucking put our funky asses in, than it is just walking around talking about willy-nilly dope shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to do that because you have to motherfucking spread, each one, teach one. It's like feeding people food. And if you're not trying to feed nobody food in no capacity, you sitting up here talking about what everybody else talk about, what people been talking about since they were 15, and they never talking about nothing else. People making comedy and jokes every fucking time. It's good to make a joke. It's good to be, I like jokes. I like comedy. But it ain't all the fucking time, nigga. That ain't real. That ain't all the time, is it? Is it? That's your life a joke? Your whole life a fucking joke? Is it your life a joke, nigga? Okay, well then, therefore, sometimes shit gotta be serious. Sometimes shit gotta be serious or fuck a joke. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let people hear the shit and they're fucking raw. That's how it is. Fuck them. And all this joking shit. You know what I'm saying? Get enough of that looking at the James Gunn DC movies. Nigga, fuck that shit. Gotta be serious sometimes. We adults. We're not perverts and we're not pervs and eternal children. Okay? We grow up sometime and you gotta start just teaching somebody some shit about something. You know what I'm saying? Instead of all this stupid, you older enough to be doing that. And if they don't want to listen, then let them go through the same shit so they can go all the way back around and start teaching when they get older. Because they wanted to hear you when they was young because they thought they was something. Just wasting all their minutes, hours, and shit on bullshit until they get old enough to realize how they waste all their minutes and hours on bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say. That's how it works. It's the same old program. And people go by instead of going, man, fuck that. Fuck that. I don't care. I'm not going to be materialistic today. I'm not trying to look fly all the time. I don't give a fuck. When you start doing that, then that's your real self. Not no motherfucker trying to impress who. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to look fly, you look fly. Yeah, that's why I'm going to look fly today. But I don't give a fuck if I look fly tomorrow. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Unless you got low self-esteem. And if you got low self-esteem, then you got some other hidden issues that you need to work on before you start trying to talk about other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you got to answer to yourself. And if you dodging your damn self all the time, when your ass die, just like the Gnostics say, and I just believe it. I believe it. I believe it like all day long. That person that you've been dodging all your life and everything in that subconscious, you're going to have to face it. And you're going to be thinking, oh, I'm going to die and I'm going to see this light because somebody told you that. You don't know what you're going to see. You see what I'm saying? This is the problem. You know what it is to be alive, don't you? So then that's what you go for. And then you start learning and each and teaching one. Instead of people sitting up here going, well, look at my watch, look at my clothes, look at my this, look at my that. And it's all, if I'm trying to tell you, it's not satanic because they took the word and made it used. It's all evil that you're doing. That's evil. Or, you know, you gotta, sometimes being humble is good. You know what I mean? And people don't know how to do that. So all I'm saying is when people don't know how to do that, you gotta leave them alone. Because they'll never learn. They'll never learn, bro. They'll never learn. It's something that you gotta let them go, man. Because people, they get on these platforms and they talk about white folks, but then when they talk about them, they end up doing everything that the white folks was talking about. They end up doing it.
Who is called Young Winnemucca and brothers.
You know, they end up doing it, but then they talking about them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, stop being ignorant. And then you got rappers coming out talking about dropping the flag. They want to drop the flag, and that's good. They gang banging flag, and that's good. But at the end of the day, some of these rappers ain't never done nothing in the street. They put in no work. They never shot out the windows of no cars. They never looked a man in his eye and knew that this man knew he was finna die. They never done that. All they ever did was run their mouth and everybody see them. And they just run their mouth and everybody see them. And that's all it is. It's sad. So it doesn't matter about who was here first if you're not going to put it into action. It don't even fucking matter. It's just like, why does it matter when ain't nobody putting shit into action, bro? It just don't. It's just like people just, yeah, we melanin and we all this, and then you on the same dude you call the devil, you on this platform, and you talking about materialistic shit and nothing. All right, so when people want to talk about some real shit, you know, comment or holler at me, because we can talk about some real shit and we can make videos on some real shit instead of making videos about relationships and shit that ain't gonna never end until this system is destroyed, because all of that's tied into this system, and that's why shit ain't working.